Many people note the lack of policy coming from the Kamala Harris campaign. For weeks, there'd been no listing of policy on her campaign website, and many people, including myself, brought this up. But when speaking about it, I brought up a point that I think a lot of people miss. Here's the harsh reality. Kamala doesn't need policy, and she knows it. Leftists beat non-leftists in being culturally relevant because they understand the game. It's why for decades they worked so hard to control just about everything that's culturally prominent. Non-leftists tend to be stuck in this fantasy land where they think that they can win just on ideas alone. Sure, you may believe yourself to be a more reasonable person. Your mistake is projecting that onto everybody else. As I always say, you cannot reason someone out of a position that they got to by way of emotion. Democrats especially recognize that they don't need to have the brightest ideas as long as they have the influence. Breitbart was one of the few people on the right that understood that politics is downstream of culture. You change the culture, the politics change naturally. So while you may think it's foolish for Democrats to parade around some low IQ entertainers, you'd be foolish to think that everybody else feels that way. There are gullible people out there, and if you think that elections are legitimate, their vote matters just as much as yours, even if they're twice as stupid. Yes, they do care about who their favorite people tell them to vote for. Every 2 years, the case against democracy is showcased in America. I know we're supposed to be a republic, but that ship long sailed. So you had better learn to play the game. It does not mean that you shouldn't educate people. I'm sure that there's some folks in the middle that got to their position by way of reason they just took a wrong turn. Those are people that can be convinced and swayed by logic. The others, you need some sort of other appeal. You can be principled while also recognizing what's going on. This is why I say that the smartest thing Trump has done so far as part of his campaign trail was that stream that he did with Aiden Ross. The problem is that non-leftists wait until campaign season to really invest in this department. Think about it. Democrats have everybody in their back pocket. Academia, Hollywood, the most popular genres of music, video games. They've infiltrated the church. Hell, right-wingers don't even have country music and NASCAR anymore. MMA may be the closest thing you get, and you cannot get away from them trying to lecture you. In fact, you hold your nose to go out of your way to consume a lot of this and tolerate it. That's what you are up against, and that's why they don't need policy. Worse, their policies can be objectively dangerous, and it's impossible to convince some people without cultural influence. No matter how dumb you think that cackling woman is, she's smart enough to know that most demographics care little about her actual positions. Thanks for watching. Be sure to head over to Rippaverse.com to check out our comic book company. We have books, plenty of merchandise, and even some glorious animations from Rippaverse Studios.